What was the response from those in your support system, your friends, your family, doing that on national television?
All my family was excited. I know my teammates were just as excited as my family, and you know, I came to the sideline. Like DeAndre is like my big mentor. He was the first one to actually congratulate me. But after the game, I know my family was really excited, and I got a lot of messages from other family too.
In what ways has DeAndre helped you, like, since you've been here?
DeAndre just helped me grow as a receiver, and off the field, he's helped me make right decisions, and he just took me under his wing and helped me with the process of everything.
Coach Franklin just told us that you've gotten a lot stronger since you've gotten here. Can you take us through what you weighed when you got here, where you are now, and how much further you think you need to go?
I definitely have a lot more to go, but when I first got here, I was around like 165, and now I'm about like 178, 180, and it's just really been a good process. Putting a lot of weight at first. Last year I struggled a little bit, but I think as you get older, it changes, and I've definitely put on some good weight, and I definitely think I have a lot more to go.
Franklin said that he thought that playing baseball maybe helped you along a little bit in football. Do you agree with that? How do you think it may have helped her?
I think playing like any sport at the collegiate level helps, and when I played baseball, it gave me confidence transitioning from baseball to football, and actually playing a collegiate sport on that level. So I think it really helped me build confidence.
Do you plan on playing for the rest of your career?
Yes, I do plan.
Are you concerned by the number of drops you guys have had in the first 2 years? Pretty short-handed receivers.
I'm not concerned about it because I know we're way better than that, and I think we just let the conditions get to us a little bit. But I know we're way better than that, and the catches will come.
Where does a drop kind of exist in the mental space of a receiver? Like, how does it affect you when it happens?
I think it's tough when you drop a ball, but I think for a good player, a well-rounded player, I think it's you got to flush it and move on to the next play. But like I said, it's really hard to do that. But you just got to control the controllables. You can't go back and catch it. You just got to focus on the next play.
How much do you pay attention to what other teams in the Big Ten, especially in the East, are doing right now?
Really, I think we just focus on ourselves. I think the team's all about ourselves and focus. What's inside these walls, and just focus on about us. And when those opponents come, we'll worry about them.
Did you watch the games though?
I see highlights here and there, but I mean, I don't really watch them like that.
Yesterday, Brandon Polk talked about how competitive the wide receiver room is. Obviously, you saw that impacting the depth chart with him co-starting now. Can you kind of take us into that as one of the younger players trying to make your push? Like, what is expected every day if you really want to get snaps?
I think, the receivers, we have a really competitive group, and the young guys are pushing during camp. The young guys, Jahan, Daniel, and Justin, were pushing for spots, and like Coach Coley said, the positions are open, and you just have to compete.
Mac, at wide receiver, you kind of get a front row view at the tight end position. Do you notice anyone kind of pulling away there?
I think they're all doing a pretty good job, and I think the young guys like Pat, Frymuth have stepped up, and Kuntz, I think they're making pretty good plays in practice, but I think we have really good tight ends, and they can all make plays at any time of the day.
How has Pat stepped up? In what way?
Pat has stepped up, obviously with Mike Gesicki leaving, was one of our primary targets last year. I think Pat has stepped up, and I think Holland has done a good job of getting him filled in with the role that he has to do, and just be ready for his opportunity.
You redshirted. What does it say about a kid like Pat to play first year coming in?
I think he's mature. I think you have to be mature to play as a true freshman, and you have to grow up fast.
What was the most difficult part of that redshirt year for you? Because I know everybody gets here and they want to play right away.
Yeah. I think you just have to be realistic with yourself. Last year we had Saeed, Ham, and really good guys in front of us. So I think you just have to be realistic with yourself and know that there's a lot of depth. So they might not need you right away. But it was good to sit behind guys like Saeed, who's in the NFL right now, and Ham, and I think it was good to sit behind them and learn from them.
And the NCAA changed that this year. Of course, those guys having the 4-game rule. Do you kind of say, man, I wish would have been a year earlier, or how do you approach that?
I don't know. I think it's a cool rule because the guys, you know, what coach thinks of the guys, if they're ready to play or not, and, you know, can test it out. But, you know, I wouldn't really change anything.
What makes somebody want to play 2 sports in college?
Excuse me?
What makes somebody want to play 2 sports in college? Because that seems...
I think it's rare. It's a rare thing to do. And my father always told me to play both as long as you can. So, you know, I had a great opportunity to do both here, so I took it.
Do you have any idol or someone that played 2 sports in college, or that you want to emulate everything after?
I would say Bo Jackson. You know, I think you know, I really look up to him, and you know how he's handled both sports. And, you know, he's just really good at both.
You have some pretty talented return guys out there, but how much are you kind of itching to get a shot at doing that? Because you were pretty good at that in high school.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think we have a pretty good returner in DeAndre, and you know, I think that's been kind of his role the past couple of years. But you know, if they need me, I'm always ready. You know, I'm an outfielder, so that stuff's kind of easy to me. But I think DeAndre's got that's his role. That's been his role for the past couple of years. So.
The way we've seen Imani make some plays on the ball, you think he ever had a career as a center fielder? Or?
I think so. But you know, his hips are a little tight.
Okay.
But I think he can make a couple plays in the outfield.
Mac, is it fair to say the touchdown catch is the highlight of your football career to this point, with the one on Saturday night?
I would say it's one of them. I would say there's many more to come, and you know, it was a great memory to have. And, you know, it felt good, but I think there's many more to come, and you know, I just got to be ready for the balls in the air and the opportunities I get.
I'm also curious, though, what would you say is the highlight of your baseball career, this most special moment to this point for you?
I would say, you know, last season in Santa Barbara in California, making my first start, you know, that was pretty exciting for me. And, you know, I played well, and, you know, it was just something to remember because it was my first college start, and, you know, I really enjoyed that moment.
You came in with Donovan Johnson, and he plays the nickel and you running in the slot. Of you know, cross paths with him in practice, and what is he like as a corner?
Donovan's one of our faster guys on the team. I think he's really fast, and you know, me and Donovan compete. We competed in camp every day. We was going back and forth, and you know, we both made plays. So.
You also came in with Sean Clifford. He's been pushed up to that number 2 role with Tommy's sideline a little bit. How have you seen him embrace that? Have you seen him take steps forward here the last few weeks?
Yeah, Sean's always on his stuff, so I think Sean always stays ready, so, you know, he doesn't have to get ready. But, you know, us being roommates last year, you know, I could tell that he was always on his stuff, always watching film and stuff like that, so I knew he was going to be ready for anything.
Was the speed the hardest thing about going up against Donovan?
I would say so. I would say his speed is one of the tough things to go against him.
We hear a lot about the 16% explosive play benchmark that you guys want to hit. How much does that come up in meeting rooms, or do you guys hear about that a lot? Or?
It's definitely a main thing we talk about. I think our offense is built for explosive plays, and you know, when they're presented to us, we just have to make them because our offense is built for explosive plays. So.
Is that Coach Ronnie bringing it up, or is that Coach Franklin?
I would say in the meeting, Coach Ronnie and Coach Franklin hit on it pretty good. So.
I've heard conflicting stories here, so I will be giving you the tiebreaker. Who is the fastest wideout on this team?
Fastest wideout. You know, I would say I'm sneaky fast, but I know DeAndre said he was the fastest receiver, but you know, that's my man and all, but I think KJ is. You gotta be real with yourself, and I think KJ is. But you know, I'll sneak up on you a couple times. So.
No mention of Polk, who said he was the fastest.
Well, I forgot about that.
Well, you screwed up.
Yeah, Polk. I would say KJ. I don't know. I think the top 3 are DeAndre, KJ, and Polk. But I'll sneak up on you, so you can't sleep on me.
You're close fourth?
Yeah, I'll say fourth.
You're preparing for this Kent State game. What's unique about their defense that you haven't encountered in the first 2 games that you're especially excited to challenge?
I think we've seen similarities from, you know, the past couple weeks, the teams we played, but I think we'll see a little bit more man and stuff like that. So it'll be fun to see those matchups and get to compete against those.
2 more for Mac.
What's the best piece of advice DeAndre has given you?
Man, there's so many things DeAndre has told me. You know, DeAndre's just been there. He's been a big brother to me. You know, me and him are super close, and you know, he's just said so many things to me that I can't even say. There's a handful of things that he's done for me.
Do you try and serve as a little bit of a pick-me-up for him now that his season kind of hasn't probably gotten off to the start that he'd want?
Yeah, you know, I think DeAndre has my back, and you know, I have his back. So, you know, we're kind of the same person. So whatever, you know, he's feeling, I'm feeling, and you know, whenever someone's down, I'll pick him up. If I'm down, he'll pick me up.
So what are you feeling then?
I feel good. I feel good.
Thanks, Mac.
Thank you.